And hello, everyone. Welcome to the Con Hour, and we are here with Pop Culture Power Show today. And looking forward to that show. It's going to be March 31st through April 2nd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be in Stafford.
Stafford, Texas.
Yes. So
about 10-15 minutes southwest of Houston.
There we go. And what venue is that going to be at?
It's at the Stafford Center. Stafford Center is spelled Centre.
There we go. Sorry, got a few dilemmas here that I'm working on as well.
No problem.
And can we talk about the guests that you're going to have?
Sure. What would you like to know?
Well, it seems like you've come up with a theme for it. I think a lot of the voice actors are all from mainly one show. They're not just one show, but So who do you have coming?
You want to talk about comic guests or voice actors?
Voice actors first.
Okay, so you're correct. I was kind of going for a theme. I was kind of testing the waters for G.I. Joe and Transformers, and we have a couple headliners actually for the voice actors. We have Arthur Burkhart, who was the voice of Destro and Devastator from those original G1 cartoons from the early to mid 80s. And then we also have Greg Berger, who is predominantly known for the voice of Grimlock. But both of these guys have done voices for a lot of characters. It's just these are the bigger characters who they voiceovered for. And then of course we have Morgan Lofting, who is the Baroness, and then we do have Zach Hoffman, who was Zartan. So those are the 4 voice actors who will be attending the show.
And if I'm correct, this is a first-time show for you?
It is, but I've been planning this for over 2 years.
I know that feeling. I think we've been planning ours for about 1.5 years now, so I feel for you there. Now, I really do. So let's talk about some of the other guests that you're going to have. Artist guests. I saw that you had a lot there also.
Yeah, we got a couple liners for the comic creator of Wolfen, Vin, Morbius, Ghost Rider, the Ghost Rider from the 70s, not the original Ghost Rider, the one that is on the pale white horse. He co-created the one with the motorcycle in the 70s. And then we also have Larry Hama coming, of course, with that G.I. Joe connection. Didn't really want to have voice actors without Mr. Larry Hama, those G.I. Joe voice actors. And then, of course, we have Andrew Wildman, who we're flying in from the UK, who did a lot of G.I. Joe and Transformers for Marvel in the in the 80s and 90s. He also did the X-Men Adventures comic book based on X-Men the animated series in the early 90s. We've got Angel Medina and Carlo Barberi, who have worked on and are still working on Spawn. We have God, David Roman, Rick and Morty artist, Dave Wilkins, very, very wonderful cover artist, predominantly known for He-Man for DC. We have Eddie Nunez, and then we also have Randy Emberlin, who inked a lot of Mark Bagley and Eric Larson's artwork. Those early Venom and first appearance of Carnage issues in the early to mid 90s.
Definitely a lot of great guests coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how long did it take you to get in contact with all these people? Because, like I said, I know it's hard being.
I started out pretty early. I started out. I've actually been trying to get in touch with Arthur for about a year and a half, and somebody from CelebWorks who, actually, to be honest with you, if you got money, you can get anybody. I mean, CelebWorks is an agency that represents a lot of actors. A lot of the voice actors don't like to be called voice actors; they like to be called actors. So they represent a lot of actors, and you just kind of go on their site, kind of pick who you want. If they're available, they're free, and they want to do your show, they'll come do it. So I originally had, actually, Zach Hoffman was the first one. I had been in touch with him for actually about a year and a half as well. And he's kind of independent. He doesn't really do much. He does a lot of independent work, and he does some plays, like some stand-up plays, stage plays. But he understands the importance of Zartan to a lot of G.I. Joe fans. And he was the first one. So I have a lot of respect for him because he was the first one willing to do the show at the gate. Then from him, I got Greg Berger, Morgan Lofting, and then probably about 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago, Arthur found out that my show was happening and he wanted to come to my show. I had just kind of given up trying to get in touch with him because I had tried several times. And plus he's had probably 2 or 3 different handlers in the past couple of years. So I was kind of trying to figure out, well, how to get in touch with him, through which handler. And his handler actually kind of reached out to us. So he wanted to come and do the show. But to answer your question directly, and I know I'm rambling, I started out pretty early, about 6 months in advance, even longer with just Zach Hoffman himself. And actually, we actually also had Cal Dodd, who was the voice of Wolverine for X-Men the animated series, but we rescheduled him for our second show coming up. So both Zach and Cal I actually had been in touch with for about a year, at least a year.
Now, do y'all have vendor spots available for people who want to get in?
Yeah, we do have some, not a whole lot, but maybe about 10, 12 still left. If somebody wants to fill those spots, they can. It's actually pretty affordable. I've been told my prices are kind of high. I tend to disagree because it is a first year show, but it's $400 for a 10 by 10 and $250 for a 5 by 10. But it includes, all guest parking is free. Ticket attendee parking is free. I'm feeding all exhibitors pizza, hot dogs, chips, and drinks, both Friday and Saturday, and there's free internet. So there are some spots left, not a lot, but if anybody's interested, they could just contact me at info@PWR shows. Again, that's info@PWR shows with an s.com. And or they could just go to the website and go to the exhibitor online application and fill out an application there.
Now, I'm going to say that that's a different concept because not all shows actually feed their exhibitors.
Yeah, I've seen small shows do it, and I thought it was a good idea. I'm kind of a people pleaser, and I understand what it means to make people feel as comfortable as possible when you're doing something with them, whether it's a panel like this or a show or whatever the case may be. I understand the importance of making guests and other people feel comfortable and happy as much as I possibly can. So feeding them just kind of takes, a little bit of a burden off them because we're actually not going to have food vendors. And then it also kind of takes away from any exhibitors having to leave the venue to go get something to eat and stuff like that.
Well, I know some allow it and some don't.
Uh-huh.
Possibility of food trucks or
No, and the reason why is because the venue has a ballet going on that same weekend. So they have one half of the venue, we have the other half. Had we had the whole venue to ourselves, which we hope to attain in the future, but they wouldn't allow food trucks because we have to share the parking space and everything with the other event going on. So had we had the whole venue, then yes, we could have had food trucks, taco trucks, the whole nine out in the parking lot. But unfortunately, we can't do that this year.
well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But definitely, if like I said, some venues allow it, some don't. So you actually have to find that out as well. But
Yeah, well, this is predominantly used for like weddings and bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. So they're kind of accustomed to having food. Plus, they have a full commercial style kitchen, which we actually rented, but we're only utilizing it for. Excuse me, we're only utilizing it for catering for our talent, our guests.
so basically, the green room.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah.
So with this coming up, and that is what 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
We're about 3 weeks out. Yeah.
3 weeks out. I know you got to be getting busy and getting ready to really get busy.
Yeah, I'm doing the best I can. I am new to this, but it's almost like one of those things that no matter how prepared you are, something's always going to come up, or you're not going to be 100% ready, or problems might arise, which we have had some, but we've kind of overcome those, and now we're back on track. But yeah, it's I jumped in. Let's just say this: I jumped into the deep end of the pool first. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I'm more in the middle first instead of walking it. So,
Well, when I had seen show, here's the thing: I had been to shows like mine before, and I really believed that I could do that, and I still can. It's just getting the help or having the money to pay somebody to do it. And even if you do have the money to pay somebody to do it, you still have to stay on top of them to make sure that they're doing the job that you're paying them to do. So it's just there's just a lot more details, a lot more logistics that are involved that I just wasn't aware of, especially when it comes to like quote unquote like smaller shows. I just believe that I could do it, and I can, but it's just a lot more involved than I had planned or expected.
now let's talk a little bit about the cosplay. Do they have a pre-register for cosplay or?
So registration will be taking place all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all the way up until 12 p.m. on Sunday. As soon as they come in, what's up, Kip T? Find out if you can get that. Yes, we have 5XL, Kip. We have 5XL. I will get you that information. Actually, Michael is handling that, Kip T. So I'll get you that information in a little bit. I've just been very, very busy. But registration, yes, all day Friday, Saturday, and then up until 12 p.m. on Sunday. And then the actual contest is about 2 hours after registration, because then the judges have to kind of prejudge and judge and stuff like that. And I did put cash prizes for 18 and up, both male and female, and then 17 and under. There are some really good prizes, just not cash prizes, but very good prizes for those winners too.
Now, do y'all have a VIP package?
We just put one up, but it is just for, so the biggest package we have is a 3-day pass. 3-day pass for $79.99. It's about a $20 savings. In fact, if anybody's in Houston and they get with their local LCS, local comic shop, the vast majority of shops in the Houston area have a discount code, which gives you an additional 10% off because prices will go up at the door. So they actually end March 30th at midnight. And then the weekend of the show, they do go up. So, but as far as a VIP package, we have a private dinner with Destro and or Grimlock, which is kind of an intimate private dinner. There's only 25 seats per table. So it is very exclusive, very limited, and you're going to sit down, talk to Arthur for at least a couple of hours, be able to get all your questions asked about G.I. Joe. I'm a huge Transformers fan, so Destro is my guy as far as the roles that he has played. But I just put that on the website. I'm actually going to probably adjust the pricing. I don't know yet, but right now it's up there. And we're going to actually finish that probably today or tomorrow. But that's the only type of VIP package that we have. Because it's the first year show. I didn't want to add too much. I don't want to become like other shows. I tried to make it as simple as possible.
That's quite understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about volunteers?
Yeah, we're always taking volunteers. I mean, they can go on the website, pwrshows.com or Pop Culture Power Show and popculturepowershow.com. And you can click on volunteer at the top tab or on the homepage. They scroll down a little bit. Yeah, we could use a few more volunteers for sure. So if anybody's interested, just go there and just kind of fill out some information. Take you like less than 5 minutes to do. And then somebody will get back to them in probably by the end of next week.
Now, the one thing that we have to ask, and well, we don't have to ask it, but we like to because I know people want to know about it, is especially your sponsors. Who do you have sponsoring you? Anybody?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the shops are sponsoring us. We have one shop sponsoring us financially, and the other shops are sponsoring us through basically a lot of exposure in their shops, and then we have a private sponsor. Yeah, actually, if you go on any of the pages of the website and look at the bottom, all the sponsors are down there. Those that want to be known, they're all at the bottom.
Now, is there anything that you want to get out and tell us about the show? I know it's your first show. You got a lot coming up.
Well, yeah, I'll say that I really want people to turn out because I have the next 5 years planned. And I really believe that I know what people want to see. And I think that I really think that Houston is lacking a good, big show. I think that for the fourth largest city in the United States, I think that Houston could be doing better, which is what I'm really trying to do here. I'm trying to give people something that's a little bit different and kind of fulfill an age group and what's the word I'm looking for? Genre that I haven't seen really much since I've been here. And I've been here for a little over 10 years. But yeah, I just want people just to turn out as much as possible. Kids 12 and under are free. We got video arcade machines. We got lots of, artists, vendors, got snacks, got great guests. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm not like a bigger shows where I have the George R. Brown or that kind of money yet, but otherwise I would do so much more. And to be honest with you, I'm I'm only doing a half of what I had planned because it's all that I can afford to do. So, but there's a lot more that I really wanted to do this year.
Well, that you only have what half the venue.
Yeah, right, Kitty. Yeah, we only have half the venue. Hopefully we'll get the whole venue in the future, or hopefully we'll grow quick enough to where we could actually uh, find a different venue.
I know that's hard too.
Yeah, but I went. My selling point is the guests. I mean, we have, like I said, Roy Thomas. I mean, we got some really, really good guests. I've heard a lot of people talk about Randy Emberlin because I've been told he hasn't been in Houston in a while. And he inked a lot of Mark Bagley and Eric Larson, same as Sam De La Rosa. Sam De La Rosa, who did that Venom Lethal Protector #1. I think he did some kind of work on all 6 issues of that series, but he's very well known for inking Venom and those early '90s and '80s Spider-Man and other Marvel comics. But Randy Emberlin, a lot of people have been talking about him, and he has not been to Houston in a while. And he's actually already filling up with commissions, as well as Andrew Wildman, um, Angel Medina. So people are already kind of getting these guys to do commissions so that they can just pick it up whenever they come to the show.
And I know Sam quite well. Great guy.
Yeah, Sam is great. Sam was the very first creator that I ever met, ever. I met him for the first time about 10 years ago. And actually, he and I still keep in touch every once in a while because his wife and my wife like each other. They're friends. But yeah, he's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah, but I think the last show I saw him at was down in Corpus, I believe.
Yeah, he is everywhere. He is everywhere.
So I've seen him in Beaumont. I've seen him in Corpus. A few other places I've seen him at. So yes, and if anybody ever gets the chance, you definitely want to meet Sam. He is a really good person.
Yeah, yeah.
So anything about the venue? Like, is there like a side you're going to be parking on, or?
No, we have to share the parking space because, like I said, there is another event going on. It's over. What do we have? About 28,000 square feet of venue space that we have. We got panels that will be got. I think we got one panel Friday. The whole day Saturday is filled with panels, and then I think we have one panel on Sunday. I have to check with my programmer and check that list again. But and then what else do we have? The cosplay contest, of course, that's on Sunday, and the venue. That's pretty much it. Like I said, because of the small amount of space that we have, we can't have like a lot of extra stuff that you would see at bigger shows.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be alcohol. We do have alcohol beer vendors, so we will have that.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I some of the guests might want that too, so I might have to kind of keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. But speaking of panels, is there room to have any more people apply for a panel, or is that pretty much
No?
sealed
We
up?
are. Yeah, no, we are locked up, and thankfully, some of our guests just really weren't that interested, so it kind of freed us up a little bit. But because the panel list is so tight, each guest or guests are only going to have about 45 minutes. Yeah, we just don't have any room. Yeah, and I'm a little disappointed about that because there's some other things that again, man, there's just some other things I want to do, but I'm pretty limited. But it's probably for good reason too, because if it were up to me, I'd probably do way more than I'm capable of doing.
You'd probably be having a heart attack right about now.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank you for coming on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Pop Culture Power Show,
Mm-hmm.
and that is in Stafford, Texas, southeast Houston, close
Mm-hmm.
to about halfway to Sugarland, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at the Stafford Center, and that's CNTR.
CNTRE.
CNT. Okay, RE.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I knew that there was something missing there. But, and like I said at the beginning, this is like a G.I. Joe theme this year. Are you going to keep it themed?
Um, I'm gonna try, but I wasn't intentionally trying to. I wanted to have some of a GI Joe theme, but I wasn't really going for a huge GI Joe theme. And the reason being is because I've seen shows that kind of didn't make sense. Like they would have a an artist of one series and then a writer from another, and I just thought that having the artists and writers who worked on the same material together made sense. Voice actors who kind of have some kind of connection to some of the comic creators made sense. I do want to have a theme every year, but it's just I don't know how to explain it. I think I did explain it right, but yeah, it just kind of makes sense because, like, for instance, you can get some of these GI Joe or even some of these Transformer books signed by three guests that are actually going to be at the show. And then, of course, with Roy Thomas, he has a huge body of work, so he's going to be very busy. And Roy Thomas is actually only going to be there for one day only. That's it. So if anybody's interested, he's only going to be there for Saturday, and that is it. I actually might try to talk to his handler to see if there's a possibility to get him to stay through Sunday, but I don't know yet. We'll see.
Kids 12 and under are free.
Mm-hmm.
The exhibitors are going to have food. What about the guests coming? Or is there going to be a place where they can purchase food? Or
Yeah, we'll have snacks, popcorn, Cinnabons, chocolate chip cookies, sodas, bottled water, beer, of course. But we're not gonna have like food vendors there. So and that's primarily because it just wasn't enough time and to get them. But there was also a lot of red tape that they have to go through with the Stafford Center. They have to be licensed and registered with the city of Stafford. There was just a lot. We had to go through a lot just to get a caterer to serve 30 plates, 30 guests
wow.
each day. Yeah, so it was just too much. And next year will be different, but yeah. So, but there's plenty of restaurants just a mile down the street, so it's really not that big of a deal.
And again, kids 12 and under are free.
Mm-hmm.
Kip D, that does not include you. I can already tell by the comments.
Yeah. I actually hadn't even had the comments on, but okay, Kip D and Top Funko.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. Mm-hmm. What times are y'all going to be opening the shows?
Friday is from 2 to 7, and Saturday is from 10 to 7, and Sunday is 5, and we do have early bird ticket purchases, which will get you in like 30 minutes early, so 9:30, and then like 1:30 for Friday.
And you have the VIP package, which gets you.
Yeah, for the private dinners. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So everybody go check them out. Pop Culture Power Show. I keep wanting to say power first for some reason. And definitely it's going to be a great show. Everybody go and check them out. But until our next show, everyone.